They're coming round quick now. We're off to the races. This is the Drylander Enduro. I'm gonna apologise now. This is gonna be a very long video. This was the Drylander Enduro race in Reschen Pass, right on the border between Austria, Italy and Switzerland. It's a big race. I've always wanted to do this one, but it's never worked out with the timing of it, so thought this year I would definitely give it a go. 2-day race with a day of practice, so 3 days overall. I drove down a day early, then on Friday went out on practice. Friday afternoon we had qualifying. I don't know where this river gon' flow, but it flows, yeah. As we were lining up for qualifying, it started raining, and I thought it was going to be an absolute nightmare, but it turned out to be not too bad. It's just a little short one, just from the bottom. Cycle up was a bit of a nightmare though. Once I got to the top and was ready to drop in, the guy in front of me went. I put my goggles on, realised they were steamed up, but it was too late to do anything about it, so dropped in with steamy goggles. Okay, it probably helped, to be honest, because I couldn't see how bad the trail was and how wet it was, so I just rode it as fast as I could. But it went well, and I finished the qualifying in a time of 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Saturday, first day of racing. Rained quite a lot overnight, but it was quite sunny by the time we headed out. Big long transfer to get to stage 1. That was the longest transfer of the day, over an hour. But it wasn't too bad. Got up there and it was looking good. Stage 1 was an interesting one. Quite flat, a few uphills, really pedally. Not the kind of stage I really like. But it was okay. I had to get off and push on a couple of the uphills because I got the wrong gear and the wrong line. But kept it rubber side down, got round and finished in a time of 7 minutes and 29 seconds. Where you gonna go? Now I don't know where this river gonna flow, but it flows, yeah. No, I don't know where this river gonna flow. I got my boat, so I guess I'm gonna go. Stage 2 is a bit more my kind of trail, downhill, which I like. Quite rooty, couple of technical parts that you have to keep an eye out for. I spoke to my mate Alex and he said it was a lot different to the Innsbruck race because you had to use your head and look where you were going, and I think I get on better in those kind of races. So I done quite well on that one. Finished in a time of 5 minutes and 31 seconds.
Sat there unhappily, choir of angels and the band. One reaches, takes my hand, says, oh, where you gonna go? Will trumpets blare on choir and voice?
Stage 3 was probably the one I was least looking forward to all day. It was on the shady side of the mountain, and the rain we'd had overnight. I knew it was going to be wet and there was a lot of slippy roots in there. Started off good, picking up quite a good bit of speed coming along, and then on a long straight rooty bit I had a big slide properly sideways. Thought I was going down but managed to save it, just carried on going. Gave me a bit of a scare, slowed me down a little bit, but somehow I still managed to have another 2 slide outs. But kept them all, saved them all, rode it all out. Wasn't my best stage, but it went well. Finished in a time of 8 minutes and 10 seconds. Well, I don't know where this river gonna flow. Stage 4, went up on the gondola on the other side of the valley. Before we dropped into stage 4, they supplied us lunch, which was awesome. Then, when I got to the stage, I was about to drop in and just realised how much I'd eaten, and I had to go and race another stage. But it was all good. It was quite a flowy, fun, almost bike parky, but not quite. But a long one with a few good pedals at the top, but no real big climbs on it or anything. Good stage, I enjoyed it, and finished in a time of 13 minutes and 20 seconds. Stage 5, we crossed back over into Italy for the last stage of the day, and a real janky, rocky, rough one over on that side. It seems to be that way on the Italian side, but it was okay. Forgot to record this one, so I'll put in some footage of the training so you can see bits of the stage, but it was okay. Got down through it. Finished that one in a time of 8 minutes and 14 seconds, and that was us done for the day. After the race finished on Saturday, I knew there was a big storm coming in overnight. I was staying on a campsite, so I made the decision to go book a hotel for the night. So I quickly ran back to the campsite, got the tent packed up before the rain came, got into the hotel for the night, and I'm really glad it did, because it rained so hard overnight. It was unbelievable. Sunday in the storm, I knew this was going to be a hard day. It was raining hard even before we left, and it was all over on the Italian side, and I really wasn't looking forward to this, but I thought I'll get out, get round and see how it goes. And it was okay in the end. It was a bit more like survival than racing, but it was good fun and everyone was in the same boat. Stage 5, the first stage of Sunday. Big long traverse to get you over to the other side of the lake. I knew it was going to be hard with the rain. It was really rooty and really slidey, so I took it quite easy on that one. There's a lot of big climbs on it as well, so I just took it easy. My aim for Sunday was just to get round more than anything. So I finished that one in a time of 16 minutes and 40 seconds. Stage 6 was the one I was dreading for the day. It was hard to ride and practice in the dry, and by this point it was so wet, it was unbelievable. In places it just looked like a war zone, just people falling everywhere. Kids in the family race struggling on some of the steep bits, and then the faster riders overtaking us, flying past. There was supposed to be a chicken line on it that they were going to add 30 seconds to your time if you took the chicken line, but then when we got there the chicken line wasn't even open, and they sent us off down this horrible, steep, muddy disaster of a bit of track. The guy in front of me when I got there, he was arguing with the marshal, was off his bike and arguing with the marshal. So I got off and I pushed down that section. Few people flew off the side of the trail as I was walking down. Few people managed to ride it, but not very many. Like I say, it looked like a war zone. It wasn't racing, it was survival. But I got down to the bottom eventually, and I finished that one in a time of 30 minutes and 44 seconds. Didn't die on it, so that was my goal for that stage. Stage 7 took us back over to the event site. Bit of a long cycle up in the pouring rain. Everybody just looked like drowned rats. It was quite funny, to be honest, but Spirits were high and everyone was laughing and joking, and that's what enduro is all about. So yeah, dropped into that stage. It was a good one. It had a big pedal in the middle of it, and oh, that nearly killed me. But yeah, I rode it, got round, and like I say, the goal for the Sunday was just survival, so I'm happy with that. Finished in a time of 9 minutes and 44 seconds.
Will trumpets blare on choir and voice? I guess that I should make my choice. Travel here or travel there, long as I'm going somewhere soon. Where you going?
For the last stage, it was back on the gondola, back up to the top, and a long stage. I hadn't actually rode that one in practice. I'd ran out of time. I rode the bottom bit of it, and prologue was actually the bottom section of it. So I was a bit weary of it. I didn't exactly know what was going to happen, but it was okay considering how wet it was, and everything was so rooty and slidey, and it was okay. That's all I can say. I got down and I got finished, and I finished in a time of 15 minutes and 16 seconds. Finished the whole race in a time of 117 minutes, 24 seconds. That's a long time. But it's okay. I finished in 12th. I'm quite happy with that. I got round and I survived. That was the goal of the whole thing. I enjoyed it despite the mud and the rain and being soaking wet all of Sunday. It was a good race. I'd like to go back and do it again. I wouldn't like to do it again in that much rain, but it was good fun and I enjoyed it. Yet again, I'd like to thank Vets, CBD Kitzbuhel and Nightfox Designs. You guys are awesome. As always, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, get notifications, give it a thumbs up, share with your mates, comment below, all of those good things. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.